Whoa, hold on a second. Are you ready to blast your brand into the Snapchat stratosphere? You know, those killer AR filters and experiences, but you're probably thinking, how do I snag a Snap developer? That's exactly what we're diving into today, folks. This is the deep dive, and we're going to break it down. And look, we know you're busy, so we're going to keep it snappy. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty, do yourself a favor. Head over to theperfectdeveloper.com and check out their awesome 5 questions tool. Seriously, it's like a cheat code for finding the perfect dev for your project. All right, back to our deep dive. You want to hire a Snap developer, right? But maybe you're wondering, what do these digital wizards actually do?
Well, it's way more than just making those fun filters you see. Think about those mind-blowing AR experiences, like letting users virtually try on your products, or interactive games that get people hooked on your brand. And don't forget about Snapchat's advertising platform. We're talking targeted campaigns that hit the bullseye. It's about making your brand unforgettable.
So basically, they're coding ninjas with a creative streak. What are the skills that scream, hire this Snap developer and no bomb?
You hit the nail on the head there. They gotta be tech savvy, no doubt. But the rock stars, the ones who truly stand out, they're the creative problem solvers. The ones who take your vision and turn it into pure Snapchat gold. It's about crafting those seamless, engaging experiences that go viral. Think about those lenses that everyone's sharing. They're not just cool, they're intuitive and fun. That's where UI UX design comes in, making sure everything is user-friendly and addictive.
Okay, got it. So we need someone with a portfolio that pops. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, the Benjamins. What's the damage? What kind of salary are we looking at here?
All right, let's break it down. Salaries can be all over the map, depending on experience and location, of course. ThePerfectDeveloper.com has a fantastic breakdown of typical ranges, but here's the quick and dirty. In the US, you're probably looking at somewhere between $50,000 to over $100,000 a year, depending on their level, obviously. But here's a little secret. You can actually find some seriously talented developers overseas, especially in Asia. And get this, often for a fraction of the cost.
Whoa, hold up. That's a game changer. But how do you even begin to navigate hiring someone overseas? I mean, the language barrier alone.
Yeah, that's where theperfectdeveloper.com really shines. They've got this global network of vetted developers. They make sure communication is crystal clear, and the whole process is smooth sailing, no matter where your superstar dev is located.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got salary, skills, and the global option. But what if you don't need a full-time developer? Like, what about freelancing? Is that even a thing in the Snap world?
Absolutely. Freelancers can be a perfect fit if you've got a short-term project, or if you're just dipping your toes into the Snapchat waters, before diving in head first. And guess what? ThePerfectDeveloper.com, those awesome folks, can help you find amazing freelance talent too.
Okay, so many choices. Full-time, freelance, local, global. How do you choose the right hiring model? It's like a jungle out there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it can feel that way. It's the million-dollar question. And honestly, there's no magic formula. It all boils down to your specific needs. Think about the scope of your project, your budget, and how much control you want to have. Luckily, theperfectdeveloper.com has this awesome guide that breaks down the pros and cons of each hiring model.
This is gold. Sounds like theperfectdeveloper.com is the ultimate resource for anyone looking to hire a Snap developer, no matter what they need.
Totally agree. They make the whole process so much easier, from figuring out what you need to finding the perfect match.
All right, so let's say you've got your short list of potential Snap superstars.
Yeah.
What should you be looking for in their portfolio to know they're the real deal?
Pay close attention to projects that really showcase their Snap-specific skills. Did they create lenses that went viral? Did they integrate SnapKit into other apps seamlessly? And this is crucial. Check out the user experience of their work. Is it intuitive? Is it engaging? Those are the telltale signs of a true Snap Development Pro.
So it's not just about the bells and whistles, it's about how it all comes together for the user.
Exactly. And beyond those technical skills, don't underestimate the power of good old communication and collaboration. Can they explain complex ideas clearly? Are they team players? You want someone who can bring your vision to life and work effectively with your team.
All fantastic advice. But before we move on, I want to highlight one thing. It's like, you want to make sure they're not just a one-trick pony.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to see they can handle the Snapchat game inside and out.
So how do you really dig into that and see if they've got the chops?
Well, think about it this way. It's not just about ticking boxes on a resume. You want to understand their approach. How do they think about Snapchat? How do they tackle a challenge?
So it's less about technical jargon and more about how they, like, solve problems.
Exactly. You want to see that spark of creativity, that ability to take your vision and turn it into something, uniquely Snapchat.
Makes sense. So what kind of questions should you be throwing their way during the interview?
Don't just focus on the technical stuff. Dig a little deeper. Ask them about a project that really pushed them, where they had to think outside the box.
Oh, I like that. So you can see how they handle those curveballs.
Yeah, how did they approach it? What roadblocks did they hit? What did they learn from the whole experience?
So you're looking for those critical thinking skills, not just someone who can, like, recite code from memory.
Right. You need someone who can think on their feet and come up with innovative solutions because Snapchat is all about pushing boundaries.
Totally. But how do you make sure they're not just stuck in the past? Snapchat's always evolving, so you need someone who can keep up.
Absolutely. That's where you look for signs of a true learner, someone who's passionate about staying ahead of the curve.
Like what kind of science? Give me some examples.
Are they diving into the latest AR tech? Are they geeking out on new trends? Are they contributing to open source projects? Are they part of that buzzing Snap developer community?
So they're basically living and breathing Snapchat.
Pretty much. And that's something the perfectdeveloper.com really gets. They understand that finding the right Snap developer isn't just about skills, it's about finding someone who's truly passionate about the platform.
Okay, so we've talked about evaluating their skills, but now let's get down to brass tacks. The money talk. What's the deal with salaries for Snap developers?
Yeah, that's a big one. ThePerfectDeveloper.com has got you covered with detailed salary data, breaking it down by experience and location. But remember, it's not just about throwing out a number. You got to think about the value they bring to the table.
Right. So what else should you be factoring in?
Think about their unique strengths. Are they a creative genius who can churn out viral lenses? Do they have specialized experience in a niche area of Snap development? Those are the kinds of things that can command a premium. You're not just paying for their time, you're paying for their expertise.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where your budget and the value they offer align.
Exactly. And don't forget about those intangible qualities. Do they have a killer work ethic? Are they genuinely passionate about your brand and vision? Because those things can make a world of difference in their overall contribution.
Yeah.
It's about finding someone who's truly invested in your success.
Okay, I'm getting it. But with so many factors to juggle, how do you even begin to sift through all the options?
Well, that's the beauty of the perfectdeveloper.com. Their platform is designed to streamline that whole hiring process, making it way less overwhelming.
So they basically hold your hand through the whole thing.
Pretty much. They help you figure out exactly what you need, connect you with potential candidates who fit the bill, and even make communication a breeze.
They sound like the ultimate matchmaker for finding the perfect Snap developer. I love it.
That's exactly what they are. They take the guesswork out of it and help you find that perfect match.
This is fantastic. But beyond the logistics of hiring, there's something else that really struck me during our research.
It's not just about finding a developer, it's about finding the right partner, someone who gets your vision for Snapchat.
Yeah, it's like finding that missing piece of the puzzle. But how do you actually know if they get it?
That's where communication is key. Can they explain their ideas in a way that makes sense for your brand?
So it's not just about technical skills. It's about being able to bridge that gap between like tech speak and plain English.
Exactly. You want someone who can speak your language and translate those complex technical details into something that everyone on your team understands.
Makes sense. So it's like finding someone who's both a tech whiz and a communication rock star.
Exactly. And theperfectdeveloper.com, they really get that. They go beyond just matching skills and experience. They help you find developers who can communicate effectively and really understand your vision for Snapchat.
Okay, so we've talked about finding the right skills, the right communication style, but let's face it, Snapchat is all about creativity, right? How do you know if a developer has that spark?
Look for those subtle hints in their portfolio. Have they pushed the boundaries of what's possible on Snapchat? Have they created something truly unique and engaging?
So you're saying it's not just about following trends, it's about setting them.
Exactly. You want someone who's not afraid to experiment, to try new things, to push the limits of what Snapchat can do.
I love that. It's like finding that fearless innovator who's always one step ahead.
And that's something that the perfectdeveloper.com really understands. They know that finding a great Snap developer isn't just about technical skills, it's about finding that creative spark, that passion for pushing boundaries.
Okay, so we've talked about skills, communication, creativity, but what about budget? How do you find that balance between finding the perfect developer and staying within your budget?
Well, first of all, you have to be realistic about what you can afford. And that's where theperfectdeveloper.com comes in. They have a ton of resources to help you understand typical salaries for Snap developers, broken down by experience level and location.
Oh, that's super helpful. So you can get a sense of what the market looks like before you even start reaching out to developers.
Exactly. But remember, it's not always about finding the cheapest option. Sometimes it's worth investing a little more to get someone with that extra bit of experience or that unique creative flair.
Right, because you get what you pay for. It's about finding that sweet spot between talent and affordability.
Absolutely. And that's something that theperfectdeveloper.com really excels at. They help you weigh those different factors and find the developer who's the perfect fit for your project and your budget.
Wow, this has been a super insightful deep dive into the world of Snap developers. We've learned about finding the right skills, the right communication style, the right creative spark, and even navigating those budget considerations.
It's been awesome breaking it down. Remember, finding the right Snap developer is an investment in your brand's future on Snapchat.
And to make sure you're making the right investment, head over to theperfectdeveloper.com. They've got all the tools and resources you need to find that perfect match.
Don't wait. Start crafting your Snap story today.
That's it for this deep dive. Catch you next time.